Who knows what their motivation is? I have been optimistic over the years and hope that the fact that the Soviets had these problems too with UFOs interfering with their nuclear weapons, perhaps some third party, some outside party, I think extraterrestrials, understand that humans really are fallible creatures, and we now have these very deadly weapons. We can destroy not only our civilization, we can pollute the planet with radioactivity for thousands and thousands of years if we have a major nuclear exchange. So I'm hoping that someone is stepping in, wagging a finger at us and the Russians and saying, think twice. This is committing mass suicide if you actually launch these things. But I also have to say, and I tell my lecture audiences this, they probably have vested self-serving interests as well. Maybe they have projects here, maybe they have bases here. It's conceivable that if we screw up our planetary environment, we're also impacting whatever they have going on here. Who knows? You are the person responsible for accessing the majority of the documents from the former Soviet Union. You're the person that went in and interviewed former Soviet military personnel about UFO activity after the Soviet regime collapsed. And to your credit, you're the one that got the documents out of Russia that talked about UFOs actually activating nuclear missiles in Soviet Ukraine in October of '82. So yes, it is worldwide. If one goes on the internet, you can find that there were lots of UFO sightings in India and Pakistan in the late 1990s when they were testing their weapons underground and saber-rattling and threatening nuclear war with each other. The film is at Vimeo on demand. It's called UFOs and Nukes, The Secret Link Revealed. And the feedback I've gotten in the 2 months that it's been available online has just been overwhelmingly favorable. I would call them rave reviews. Some people have said this is the best UFO documentary they've ever seen. I actually, after my book came out in 2008, between then and now, I've been contacted by 14 separate production groups that wanted me to go on their UFO documentary show and be a talking head. And I knew they'd screw it up. They always do. They always add in fluff and BS. And so I didn't want to associate myself or my research with that kind of production. And thank God, an individual named Jared Tarbell, a businessman in Albuquerque, contacted me 3 or 4 years ago and said, I support your work. If you want to make a film, I will provide the money to make a documentary film. So we now have this 48-minute documentary that many people are saying is the best UFO documentary they've ever seen.